The first thing I've done is laid the fabric across the sofa upside down. So the face of the fabric is on the inside, and that's going to allow us to pin all the way down where we need to stitch. When you've laid the fabric out, make sure that you have enough fabric below the bottom so that you'll be able to tack it down underneath. Because I'm doing a sectional sofa and the arms face different directions, I'll have to create this piece, which will then be on this sofa, and the piece around this will then go on this because we're doing the fabric and reverse. On a traditional sofa, the arms would be symmetric, so you'd be able to flip the fabric over and it would fit perfectly once it was pinned. I'll start all the way at the back and start pinning along the seam all the way down to the seat of the sofa. The pinning is really boring. For the bottom part of the sofa, I've also created a piece that runs all the way the length of the front of the sofa. You want to come a little past the arm so you have some extra material to work with. In order to have a clean corner, I've already pre-sewed this piece, and then I'll pin this to make the stitch here to alleviate this extra fabric. So now I'll just quickly stitch across that line because I don't know how to do anything not quickly, except when I'm using one hand and a camera, then I go pretty slow. You'll have to push it in to get the pins right. Usually, once you start swearing and crying, you know you're close to getting it done. So once you have it done, you're gonna sew all the way down the line of the pins. It will not be perfect, but it'll be good enough. So next you're gonna make the arm pattern. The easiest way I've found to do this, because I'm all about easy, is to pin the fabric across the arm and then just cut it out. Remember, leave yourself some fabric on either side or you're gonna be totally bumming when it won't fit or it won't cover. Once you have this all cut out, then you're just gonna go ahead and tack it down all the way down on both sides to secure the arm fabric in. Each sofa is different. So on this one, the wood, I can feel it, it's right under here, which means I have to use the gun and secure it back right under to that wood. On a lot of sofas, you can pull the fabric down underneath and staple it from the underneath. This one, I couldn't do that. However, there's a piece of wood right there that I'm able to get into. Once you get the back pulled taut across here and here, you can move on to the arm. The easiest way to do the arm is to fold it back. That's why good fabric is so important. Because you're gonna make a crease that runs evenly down the arm. I always put a couple guide staples in once I have it tight, and I make sure that I put the staples in an area where I'm going to put a nail head or some type of trim. Then I work down the arm with that same thought. There's going to be areas that I'm going to put some kind of trim. Just work your way down on both sides, making a nice crease. I don't do a ton of staples. Once you have the front secured, you're gonna start pulling back from the center of the sofa and start tacking on the underneath part of the sofa on the bottom. Just work your way along each side from the center and over, from the center and over. That will ensure that it's on there evenly. All right, it's time to put this last piece on. So this piece is gonna go here. So we have to crease it to hide all the seams and junk here. Gonna make it so it's just enough, there's just enough fabric to hook underneath. And then work the crease along the angle of the couch, like that, and tack it down. Once you got the edge done, just go ahead and staple all the way down around the whole bottom of the sofa. So on my sofa, the way that they did it was they sewed a liner in, pulled the liner all the way back and tacked it from underneath. I'm not gonna do that. My other option would be to fold this over and hand stitch it all the way in. I'm not gonna do that. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna glue it. That's what I'm gonna do. And if you're a professional upholsterer and you have a problem with me gluing it, well, it's not your video. It's my video, Linda, and I'm gluing it. So now you can start adding the nail head. Just space it out however you like it. I use these because I've hit my fingers enough to know that I should use these. Then you can go over the top of the staples that you've put in to cover them up too. After you have your trim work all in, you put your cushions on and you end up with this amazing new sofa. Just like that.